About 1 in 5 Bible scriptures contains a number. For example, we find 8 people in the ark, 10 commandments, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 disciples, 30 pieces of silver, 40 days in the wilderness, 70 prophetic weeks in Daniel, 153 fish in the net, 144,000 on Mount Zion, and 666. Are these random numbers, or do they have some deep significance? From Adam to Abraham is 1,948 years. From Adam to Seth is 130 years. From Seth, son of Adam and Eve, to Enosh is 235 years. From Enosh to Kenan is 325 years. From Kenan, son of Enosh, to Mahalalel is 395 years. From Mahalalel, son of Kenan, to Jared is 460 years. From Jared, son of Mahalalel, to Enoch is 622 years. From Enoch to Methuselah is 687 years. From Methuselah to Lamech is 874 years. From Lamech, son of Methuselah, to Noah is 1,056 years. From Noah, son of Lamech, to the flood is 1,656 years. And from the flood to Arpachshad is 1,658 years. And from Arpachshad to Shelah is 1,693 years. From Shelah, son of Arpachshad, to Eber is 1,723 years. From Eber, son of Shelah, to Peleg is 1,757 years. And from Peleg to Reu is 1,787 years. From Reu, son of Peleg, to Serug is 1,819 years. From Serug, son of Reu, to Nahor is 1,849 years. And from Nahor, son of Serug, to Terah is 1,878 years. And from Terah, son of Nahor, to Abraham is 1,948 years. From Jesus to Israel being reborn is 1,948 years. Israel became a nation in 1948. Let's go a little deeper. The first 5 books of the Bible are known as the Torah, which consists of the books of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. The book of Genesis contains 1,533 verses. The book of Exodus contains 1,213 verses. The book of Leviticus contains 859 verses. The book of Numbers contains 1,288 verses. And the book of Deuteronomy contains 959 verses. So the total number of verses in the Torah equals 5,852. If you look at the 5,708th verse in the Torah, it reads Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 5, which says, "And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers." The verse count in the Torah, 5,708, equals the year on the Jewish calendar 5708, which was 1948 on our calendar, in which the prophecy would take place. The 5,712th verse of the Torah reads in Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 9, "And the Lord thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land, for good. For the Lord will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers." The Jewish calendar year 5712 was the year 1952 on our calendar. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 9 indicates that once the Jews got into the land that it would start producing and that God would bless them like the ancients. In 1952, the Prime Minister of Israel, David Ben-Gurion, established an agricultural region in Negev. Today, the Negev is a blossoming region dotted with many communities and thriving farms. The 5,716th verse in the Torah reads, Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 13, "Neither is it beyond the sea that thou shouldest say, Who shall go over the sea for us, and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it." The Jewish calendar year 5716 was the year 1956 on our calendar. It's an emphasis on the sea. The Jews began returning to Israel on ships. God used the sea as a mode of transportation to bring the Jews back to their land. The 5727th verse in the Torah reads, Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 4, And the Lord shall do unto them as he did to Sihon and to Og, kings of the Amorites, and unto the land of them, whom he destroyed. The Jewish calendar year 5727 was the year 1967 on our calendar. Sihon was king of the Amorites who lived in the country Jordan. Og was the king of Bashan. Bashan is the biblical name for Golan Heights. The Golan Heights belonged to the country of Syria until 1967. East Jerusalem was controlled by Jordan until 1967. These are just a few examples of how God uses math and numbers to authenticate His Word.